Aloha. This is my review of the Taschen book, the Book of Symbols, Reflections on Archetypal Images. And again, it's presented by Taschen. This video isn't sponsored by Taschen in any way. I just really enjoy this book. It's divided into different sections. You've got a creation and cosmos section that has the elements and different natural forces and cosmic forces as well. And each one has nice photos and a succinct article written on them with different references of different things that you can kind of look into. And it's also very cross-cultural. There's stuff from all over the world in this book. So it's not just kind of, Indo-European or, all Chinese or, whatever other regions of the world you can kind of look into. It has a very diverse array of stuff. It also has a plant world section, which has trees and flowers and different plants that are significant in archetypal research, like the mandrake root. It also has the animal world, which has, all the different types of creatures, whether they live in the water, the sky, burrow in the earth, or insects. It also has a part all about domestic animals and how, us domesticating them and our relationship with those animals. How that's a kind of an interesting one. Particularly, they've got a nice large section actually on the cow. And then it goes into the human world, which is actually probably the largest section. I like this part a lot because it has body parts, it has expressions of, how people express themselves. It also has different pieces of, like on the symbolism of color, which I think is really interesting, as well as pieces on like sound and human experiences, and even like work that people do and behaviors people do, and some of our creations. So it's very vast actually, and quite interesting. And some of the artwork in here is quite striking. I find I really do like this section. And then the final section of the book is Spiritual World, which actually has some really cool stuff on mythical beings. So, this is where you're going to find, your gods and dragons and, other mythical beasts from mythology. And lots of different kind of artworks for them. So it's quite nice, as well as spiritual pieces, and, different rituals we do throughout our lives and different things and that are related to death and dying, as well as the rituals we do around those different changes. And it also talks about the the human soul and the being. It's an overall really great book. I really enjoy it, and I hope that maybe you will consider getting it for your writing and reference too. This is my book, Autoslav. I use a lot of reference material in writing my books, and that's why I'm making these videos. Autoslav, I use there's lots of symbolism in the book, to put it lightly, and I actually did the cover myself. This book is set in this post-apocalyptic world where there are giant, how it's that Tomino-esque thing, where you call it a Gundam, but it's actually just a giant robot. Well, an Autoslav is a giant robot, and the female counterpart are called Matrioskas. And so there's these two pilots, one's a girl and the other's a guy, and they're fighting this war on four fronts against aliens and mutants and Lilim. Those are like genetically engineered supermen, and there's it's quite a bloody book. There's lots of violence and sex in it too, actually. But I got a pretty decent review from Kirkus on it, and so you might find that it's a book that you would like to read, maybe if you like kind of pulp, weird fiction. So maybe consider giving my book a buy. Anyways, thank you, and be seeing you.